Oh, welcome. This is your boy, the host with the most, but humble, and I do mean humble, the Nostra Novice, aka Derek, and I'm here, of course, on a Sunday to give you the hungry, happy, healthy people here at WrestleCram, the Dirtsheet Roundup. I think episode 28. So, thank y'all so much for being a part of the show. If you're watching it today, you're watching it tomorrow, you're watching it next week, I truly do thank you from the bottom of my heart to the depths of my loins. I truly do thank you. Without you guys, it truly wouldn't be me. I tell you, and I thank you. Like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. If you don't know anything about the Dirtsheet Roundup, of course you should know about the Dirtsheet Roundup. I just try to grab as much as I can, put it into one nice, beautiful burrito, and serve it to you. Hopefully you like beans on there. I like black beans. So hopefully, I serve it to you the way that you like. I thank y'all again for doing this. I want to do a shout out to my little brother. His birthday is today. You are awesome. I love you. You have a great day. I know you're at work. But when you get off, hopefully you have a great rest of your day and whatnot. What else do I have to talk about? Yes, next Sunday is WrestleMania. Next Saturday is Stand and Deliver. This is the road to WrestleMania. WrestleMania ends on Saturday and Sunday. So I will be night one will be Saturday. Night two will be is Stand and Deliver today? I don't know. I don't know. But anyway, I know night one and night two of WrestleMania will be next week. I will be watching both of those shows. I will be giving you a review of both of those shows. I will be doing shows throughout the week. We're doing shows throughout the week, of course. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Saturday and Sunday as well. The entire week you will see this mug on doing something of the week or whatnot. That starts with the tag in on Monday where I will be doing news. Probably some random thoughts and dirt sheet, some more dirt sheet stuff as well. Of course, Tuesday will be Monday Night Raw, that review, some news as well. Wednesday will be NXT. Thursday, of course, will be AEW Rampage, where I will be giving you my predictions on both nights on the card as well. Friday, of course, will be SmackDown and Rampage. Thursday will be Dynamite, of course. I do apologize. I get those two kind of mixed up from time to time. But, we will have an entire week of WrestleCram content I will be giving out or whatnot. So let's talk about it. Let's get into it. Of course, there wouldn't be a WrestleMania moment without, of course, a person from an entirely different organization or federation, which is, of course, CM Punk. CM Punk has been literally all over the news, taking 14 steps forward to getting back to the AEW and taking 82 steps back. It is crazy, and when I tell you, this stuff just doesn't write itself. I mean, it is just that insane. So the first thing we are going to talk about is, of course, CM Punk. The next segment is going to be about CM Punk. We're going to do an update with the Bray Wyatt versus Bobby Lashley. And we will talk about Goldberg. Goldberg now is a free agent, so we'll talk about that as well. And will Roman Reigns retain those titles? So we'll talk about that. We'll talk all about that. We'll get into it now. So the CM Punk thing. The CM Punk and the Jon Moxley angle or whatnot. Now, here's the thing that's going on, which is very, very weird. But so apparently there were a lot of disagreements that led into which led into backstage issues between CM Punk and of course Jon Moxley regarding to the angle leading up to the match at the pay-per-view, which was All Out. Apparently, Jon Moxley thought of an angle where it would be a Rocky 3 type of storyline. CM Punk didn't know anything about Rocky, which is very, very weird to me again. And it said that this angle sucks. Tony Khan got involved or whatnot, put his foot down, and wanted that as well. And at, of course, the Rampage of August 24th, Jon Moxley did the squash match, which led into the All Out match, which led into the Brawl Out. It just seems like a lot of stuff happened for John to get to that. I mean, for Phil to get into that entire situation where he exploded on everybody at the scrum before the brawl out or whatnot. Um, just a hot mess. But the thing that gets me out of everything is that you don't know about Rocky. Like, no Rocky? Like, really? None? Like, none? Like, you being an MMA star or whatnot, love, a lot when it comes to the fighting aspect of stuff. And, of course, you being a comic book nerd, I would have thought that you would have known about Rocky. Rocky's a very well-known movie. And, Rocky 3 to me is the best Rocky. I love Rocky 3. I love Clubber Lane as the protagonist. I mean the antagonist of the story. And if you don't know anything about, of course, Rocky 3, this was right after Rocky defeated Apollo Creed to become the new heavyweight champion. After that, he got very soft. He did a lot of media, lots of payouts from really garbage boxers that he would destroy. And you had a hungry challenger by Clubber Lane, who was played by, of course, Mr. T. Beat him in the first round, KO'd him in the first round. After that, Rocky's trainer died. He comes back as the underdog to come back and win that title back from Clubber Lane. But it took a lot of humility, being humbledized, humbled, and a lot of that happened. To me, it was a great story. To me, it was the best Rocky out of all of the Rockies or whatnot. If you want to put in the comments, what was your favorite Rocky? You can put it in there. Let me know. A lot of people like Rocky 4, but I was more of a Rocky 3 type. Well, 1, 2, and 3. Those are really, really good. So this goes into now where Dave Meltzer, and this is a whole other segment, you guys. This is where now we get a response from Dave Meltzer and a rebuttal, which was soon deleted from Instagram from CM Punk. So, Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, if you don't know anything about Dave Meltzer, you suck, because you should know who Dave Meltzer is. If you're on my show, if you're watching my show, you should know who Dave Meltzer is. He's one of the biggest historians out there, other than Jim Cornette. Love you, Jim. Love you, Jim. Wait, why did I do that? He's not dead. But anyway, love Jim Cornette. Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, he did put a couple of stuff in where it was holes in what everybody was talking about. And this is what he said. Because Punk agreed to it, and then AEW got a legal letter saying that he wasn't down with it, which is, of course, the Rocky 3 type situation. And it wasn't doing it, and they didn't know, which is AEW, they didn't know that CM Punk was even going to come in. So Tony put his foot down there put his foot down. There are a lot of nice things I can say about him, which you were talking about CM Punk, but obviously, but you can obviously agree his position on Moxley was correct, but you can't argue he was willing, did what he was asked in that scenario. Now, Dave Nelson was just literally saying that, hey, um, Punk agreed to it. Punk agreed to it. He wanted to do it, and this is how it was going to be. Also, it does say, just like I said in the previous one, where Tony Khan had to sit them down, like this is what I'm putting in here. This is how it's going to be. Um, so Instagram message hit, and when I say it hit hard. He talks about Dave Nelson. He talks about Chris Jericho. I mean, he literally kills a lot of people in this tweet. I'm going to read it verbatim. It said, "Sigh, I wasn't cleared to come back to wrestle. Yet they play. Yet then plan was to wrestle at pay-per-view, which was All Out. I said I sat and listened to John to Moxley about the Rocky 3 idea. I explained how I've never seen Rocky and I thought the idea sucked, but if the boss wanted to do it, whatever. Uh, he said he wouldn't lose to me. I've never experienced someone refusing to lose to me. I just laughed and asked Tony if this was what he wanted. He said yes, he is the boss, so I said okay. But I needed to be cleared first. They kept saying it could just be a squash match. This is the match that was on the squash match that was on Dynamite or whatnot. So I didn't need to be cleared. I scoffed at that. My health is more important. Dave Nelson is a liar. Chris Jericho is a liar and a stooge. There were plans, but plans always change. But I will never put a company above my health again. When I tell you that CM Punk usually sucks when it comes to trying to negotiate and just trying to be one of those people to be like, okay, cool, I'm just going to sit down, I'm just going to chill. Sometimes, and I'll say this again, I am a huge CM Punk fan. When I tell you, in my Mount Rushmore, CM Punk is in my Mount Rushmore when it comes to wrestling. But when it comes to trying to negotiate or just meet in the middle, he is not that type of person. He is literally a alpha male. So it's either his way or no way. And that's not good when it comes to wrestling. It's just not. Especially when you know that sometimes you're going to have to take the job. It is what it is. I mean, I hate to sound like that, but it is what it is. CM Punk. But the thing is, when you think about it, when you think about the whole situation, right, and the Rocky 3 symbolization, Rocky lost because he was too glorified. He wasn't training. He wasn't doing anything. CM Punk was coming back from an injury. So it was so I understand where Punk is coming from when he's talking about the situation with this doesn't make any sense. But the thing is, it's all about communication. Steve from Going in Raw, Steve and Larson, y'all go check them out. I love that podcast. Go check them out. There's a thing where it's communication or whatnot. Yes, in a relationship, any type of relationship. Now we're talking about business relationships. There are going to be fights. There are going to be disagreements. But we all have to be human. We have to be professional. And we have to learn to give and take, especially when it comes to something like a wrestling business. CM Punk, I mean, look, I know the situation when it comes to the point where I'm not gonna put my health above anything else. We know what happened in the WWE where he was getting Z-Pack the hell out of and taking taking a bump and dumping in his pants because of all of the Z-Packs, not feeling well, being fired on his wedding day, just a lot of stuff that happened in the WWE. So I understand that he's going to put his health over everything, and look, can't be mad at that. Cannot be mad at that. But we have to understand that there is a breakdown. There is some type of breakdown in this company where I don't know if they have a very strong person that's over talent relations, but talent relations should be somewhere always in conversations when it comes to trying to get something taken care of. Last time I checked, I don't know who. I thought Sanjay Dutt was the over talent relations. I don't know who he is now, but it's or Tony Schiavone. I don't know, but it's really weird that we don't see a lot of this on the WWE side. It's always on the AEW side. And once again, I do know that CM Punk is a prima donna. We all know that CM Punk is a prima donna. But you yourself, Tony Khan, has said that he is the plus delta. He is the man that is bringing in the money. So you cannot be mad if the guy that you're telling is the plus delta, is the guy that's bringing in the money, that something is stupid. You cannot just put your foot down and say, well, we're not going to listen to him. We're going to go with what I want. Doesn't work like that. That's where the communication breaks down, and that's where everybody should be talking to one another. You had your number one and your number two in the ring at that time. You had overpowered Jon Moxley and a CM Punk coming from injury, hungry to regain his title. That should have been the storyline. I mean, come on, it's there. Let me write for a week. I promise you, I can probably write way better storylines than what we're talking about right now. But it is what it is. I digress. In the comments, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think about this whole debacle when it comes to CM Punk, the AEW management, the Jon Moxley and CM Punk angle, of course Chris Jericho, whatnot. I just it's really weird because we were hearing, I was reading and looking at, of course, where CM Punk was going to come back and apologize. We don't know if it's going to be public. We don't know if it's going to be, to the locker room, to management. We don't know. We just knew that it was going to be some type of apology. We also know that that CM Punk and Kenny Omega was talking, and they were trying to, and they said, and apparently CM Punk told Kenny Omega that, hey, it was never about you. So, I mean, we were getting some type of clarity where CM Punk was going to come back. But it's just so crazy that, one Instagram post pretty much destroys everything else. It's crazy. It's truly crazy. I promise you. And that's why I say that, Punk, he takes 17 steps forward and 82 steps back. It's just, we get there and then it just falls apart, destroyed in our face again. Hopefully next week we can get some better news about CM Punk coming back. I also read that CM Punk, he does want, if he can, get the contract bought out, but he doesn't want a non-complete cause, so he wants to leave and go directly to another federation, which could be a situation as well. I don't know. I just hope that something can happen. I really do. So we'll leave there. We'll leave the drama there. We'll go into some more drama where, of course, Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley, the WrestleMania plans. Of course, unfortunately, it looks like Bobby Lashley will not be facing Bray Wyatt. We still know that Bray is out due to some type of illness or ailment. I hope everything is all right with Bray, but he will be missing WrestleMania this go around. Now, if you do know what happened, Bobby will be participating in the battle, the Andre the Giant Battle Royale. He'll be in that mix. We all know that he's gonna win. This dude is a two-time now, 3-time world champion. Why is he in this? I don't know. I'm really lost behind this, but Fightful did say that they did have some type of backup where he was going to face either LA Knight, which is they're in Los Angeles, so that would have been a cool thing to have LA Knight just give him a squash match, or they were going to try to get Stone Cold Steve Austin, which would have been really good as well. That everything fell apart, of course, with the Stone Cold Steve Austin stuff as well. I hate that happened. But it is what it is. I hate that. But we will see what happens with this situation, because it seems like that we may get something else after this, after Bobby wins, of course, the Battle Royale as well. We'll see. We will see. Like I said, this sucks, but if you're not, if you're injured or sick, we most, just like with the CM Punk stuff, we don't want you in the ring if you're sick. So I can't be mad at Bray or whatnot, So it is what it is. Much love to Bray. Much love to the family over there. Hopefully everything is okay. Hopefully you come back. A speedy recovery for Bray as well. So let's talk about, of course, Bill Goldberg. Bill Goldberg is actually officially a free agent. One of Tony Khan's favorite wrestlers of all time, of course, is Bill Goldberg. If you don't know anything what's going on, Bill Goldberg contract has expired with the WWE, which launched him into a free agency. Tony Khan has been eyeballing, of course, Bill Goldberg now more than ever. Throw that money bags at him. I'm not mad at him. Tony Khan does state that this is his words, saying that I think Goldberg is a great professional athlete and has had a great career in pro wrestling and is a very nice person. He actually has a lot of ties around the Jacksonville community. Has a household name in pro wrestling. The certainty and certainty has interest to hear that he is a free agent. It's something to follow, and he's one of the biggest names in wrestling, and certainly will be something else to keep an eye on for us. I will say this, Bill Goldberg probably doesn't have a lot of time left, and I guarantee he is trying to fork over somewhere that he can do his last match. It will be very weird to do it on AEW programming due to the fact that most of his time was with WCW and the WWE. WWE did buy the WCW, so most of it has been with the WWE. But Tony Khan pockets are extremely deep, and there's nothing wrong with him trying to get this guy over there. Apparently, I've been hearing that, New Japan is probably eyeballing him as well. So we will see. I can't wait to observe what happens with this situation, due to the fact that Goldberg is money. He's always been money. So we even that match with Bobby Lashley, even the match with Bray Wyatt, and that was the one where he fought the Fiend at Saudi Arabia. Of course, you have the match with even with Roman Reigns. So the dude is money regardless of the situation. But I know that he is trying to wind down his career with as much humility as possible. Um, Me seeing him on AEW will be very weird. Not mad at it, you know. I mean, they need as much star power as possible. Looks like the Elite is probably out, leaving. CM Punk is probably leaving. So they need as much star power as possible. We will see. We'll see about that. I don't mind seeing Goldberg on my TV. How about that? So, comment. Do you think he's gonna be with AEW, or do you think he's gonna come back and do a final match, of course, with the WWE? Last and finally, we are going to talk about Roman Reigns, and will he probably keep his title? Truly looks like right now that Cody Rhodes will win those titles at WrestleMania due to the fact of these beautiful back and forths with Paul Heyman and of course Roman Reigns himself. After that, Fightful Select has confirmed. I don't know if they confirmed it, but it seems like Roman Reigns will be taking a significant break after WWE, and it looks like that his next match may just be between him and Jey Uso at SummerSlam. So this may be about 4 to 5 months that we may not see the Tribal Chief or whatnot. Nothing wrong with that. He has almost 1,000-day reign as the undisputed Universal Champion. But let's just think about it. In Bizarro Land, what if the storyline of the bloodline, which I think is one of the most dominant factions out there in wrestling history. Let's say, for instance, we want to keep it going. Let's say, for instance, that everybody stays. Kevin Owens and Sammy loses. We get the story back going, and Jay is the person to actually take over as the Tribal Chief, taking those belts from Roman Reigns, declaring himself the ultimate of ultimates, and turning Roman into a face again. How about that? How big of a pop that would be for him to come back at SummerSlam. I'm doing a little fantasy booking, but we do know that Cody will have a stint as the champion. My thing is, Cody really doesn't need the titles. He don't. His name alone elevates to the highest of high, and truly don't need it. I mean, the titles are there to elevate a person who truly needs it. It's like Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal truly needed those titles, even though a lot of people didn't like his title run. I thought it was a pretty interesting title run, especially with him and the stuff with Shinsuke Nakamura, which was hilarious. But I digress. There are things that shouldn't happen, and like I said, I would love to be a booker. I would love to be a booker. I would love to figure out what I could write and see the reaction of the fans. It just makes perfect sense. No, Sammy should not be the guy to take those titles off. It should be Jay. I've already said that a million times over, but there are numerous family members, not throughout the WWE universe, but you also have members on on the Ring of Honor. You also have family members on New Japan and family members there on MLW. So I mean, there's a lot of Samoans that you can put in those pieces to keep the bloodline going. Hands down. I mean, come on, really, there's a lot of stuff that you could be doing with that storyline. Just Bizarro Land. I mean, just like I said, spoiler, I truly think that Cody will probably take those belts off of Roman. And I think the way it sounds, I truly think Jay is going to be the guy that take the title off of Cody. That's just my opinion. I may be wrong or whatnot. Like, share, and subscribe, you guys. Like, share, and subscribe. What do you think about CM Punk? What do you what do you think about CM Punk versus the Jon Moxley situation, or CM Punk and Tony Khan, or CM Punk and Dave Nelson, CM Punk or Chris Jericho, CM Punk and the Elite? What do you think? A lot of stuff about CM Punk just go around. Also, what do you think about the Bobby Lashley being in this trash battle royal under a giant crowd? Not a huge fan of that. I'm not, but it is what it is. What do you think about Goldberg maybe going to AEW and whatnot? What do you think about that? And what do you think about the Tribal Chief, the needle mover, God mode himself? What do you think? Do you think he should have his 1,000-day rule, or do you think Cody Rhodes should be the one to actually dethrone Roman Reigns? Like, share, and subscribe again. I love y'all so much. The best is truly yet to come. The best is truly yet to come. Until next time, love, peace, and of course, what? Wrestling.